Well, hello. This is like the second take. The first one I tried on my new computer, and for some reason, StreamYard is not downloading it properly. So I'm not sure if I'm missing a setting somewhere or if you guys happen to know a little bit about StreamYard. So we're going back to the trusty phone because I know it actually will work and I can upload it to YouTube. I want to welcome everyone to the Sunday readings. I hope you all had a phenomenal week. We lost, because we have monsoon storms visiting us. So we lost power earlier in the week. It was out for like 6.5 hours. And I know there's a lot of fires going on around the country and in Canada and earthquakes and stuff. So one of the things I first want to do is to ask everybody to put prayers out for Mother Earth, and that people, animals, people, all living beings stay safe. And then on that note, the reading for this week came from Wisdom of the Hidden Realms by Colette Baton-Reid. And I pulled 3 cards. We asked again, what are the energies that everybody needs to know for this week? Pay attention, whether the energy is working for you, against you, because it can. And this particular deck is good because it actually gives you if it's working as an ally for you, or if it's working as a, what does she call them? A challenger. So again, if you're a subscriber to the channel, welcome back. I'm glad you're sticking with me as we transition back more into me doing my stuff, because the project I was working on, for me at least, is over. And there is an update to the elbow situation. I went back to see the orthopedic doctor, surgeon, whatever he was, on Friday. And when they took the x-rays of the elbow, he couldn't even tell where it had broken. He had to look at the original x-ray compared to this one, because it had healed so nicely and completely that he couldn't even tell where it had actually broken, which is a good thing. And I did have a very dear friend help me with the healing. We did a healing session a couple weeks ago. There is still some, what did he call it? Soft tissue damage that still is in the process of healing, which he said that just takes time. So, but my restrictions are gone. I can lift things again. I can lift bare heart, which he is so happy about. Go figure. Cats like to be picked up, I guess, once in a while. But anyway, let's get into the reading, shall we? And welcome to new viewers. And if you like what you see on the channel and you'd like to be more notified when newer videos come out, hit the like and subscribe and the bell notification, because once I can figure out how to get this new computer to upload the videos off of StreamYard, there are going to be a lot more coming out. I just have to figure out new computers. Anyway, let's get into the reading. So this is for the collective, and this is energies for this week, starting today, Sunday, going through Saturday. So the first card that I pulled is called Sisters of the Seasons. And it's about cycles of growth, natural law, and divine order. And this is what the card looks like. Okay. The second card is called the Camel Boy. And that's about small steps and learning to ask for help when you need it. And we all need to ask for help, and we all need help, because we're not here to do our work alone. And our guides and angels can't help us unless we actually ask for help. And that's what this card is saying. If you need help, learn to ask. And the third card is the Metal King, and it's all about discipline, armor, and boundaries. Which one of those videos that I'm trying to upload is all about boundaries and how what happens if you're on a spiritual path and you disregard your boundaries, what can actually happen, because that's actually kind of like how the elbow broke. And once I can figure out how to get these things uploaded, we'll get there. So now let's delve into the first card, the Sisters of the Season. And that's card number 17, which in numerology is an 8, which is about business. But this one is more about the cycles of growth, the natural law, and divine order. So if it's working as an ally for you, when the Sisters of the Seasons meet you on your path, they remind you that everything has a natural rhythm that obeys a higher law. Just as the seasons magically pass, be reminded that the nature of birth, growth, harvest, and decay cannot be altered. So if you keep on your path with determination and discernment, allowing for the natural course of events to unfold, success is assured. Divine appropriate timing is guiding your desires into perfect manifest form. This is a very good period to start new things, as you've moved out of winter into the beginning of spring. Continue with patience and beware of the rhythms of your opportunities. There will be periods when things slow down and begin anew, move into fruition, and then slow down again in a never-ending natural flow. Be mindful of which sister greets you, for she points directly to the next. Every moment counts now. Now, if the Sisters of the Season are acting as a challenger, they send you a warning that you're trying to jump the gun and go from winter to summer without paying any heed to spring. Or you skip from summer to winter without allowing for the possibility of autumn. Moving too quickly, looking for shortcuts, and artificially trying to prolong a hoped-for result will not yield what you desire. There are no shortcuts. It's time to rethink your plans. All 4 sisters are nature's cherished daughters, and all are important. Be careful of the difficulties they force you to endure when you try to trick them away from each other. Better to let nature take her course. Her daughters will be very happy, and so will you if you let them express themselves in order. So then, the Camel Boy is card number 33, which of course is a master number. So when acting as an ally, when the Camel Boy comes to you as your ally, he reminds you that asking for help will bring in the right people to ease the burden of your life. Perhaps a wise person appears to give you advice. Maybe you're moving and suddenly a couple of friends offer to give you a hand with your packing. Or you may want information about someone and you just happen to run into his former partner, who gives you the knowledge you need to make the decision you've been weighing. No matter the issue, this is a sign that if you ask, you will receive what you need. Synchronicity is engaged when you request assistance. The Camel Boy never lets you down when you ask for help in lightening your load. Now is the time to do so and to expect to get it. Because again, your guides, angels, the ascended masters, even your power animals, they cannot step in uninvited unless it's a dire emergency or your life is in danger and it's not time for you to go. So if you are working on something and you really need help, you have to ask for it. And then they're right there to help you in whichever way they possibly can. Now, if the Camel Boy is acting as a challenger, the Camel Boy challenges you to stop the course of action you're on and get busy with mundane chores. Nothing can happen right now to move you forward in your inquiry any more quickly. This is the time to chop wood and carry water. Attend to your home, wash your car, and declutter your closets. A spring cleaning is in order. You may also need a spring cleaning of your thoughts. Meditation would also be helpful. That said, if you do all the small things now, the big ones are accomplished as if by magic. And always when you stop trying to do it all at once and all by yourself. Another message is a warning to stop attempting to accomplish everything single-handedly, expecting that no one will ever come to help. Try letting them. Now is the time to relinquish control. Stop being stubborn. Oh, wait a minute, that's me. But yes, that's part of what it is. It's like, you need help, ask for it. Don't just assume somebody's going to say, oh, they look like they probably could use some help. I wonder if they really need some help. Gee, I wonder if they're going to ask for help. Should I step in? No, just ask. It's like, I have this project that I can't figure out how to do. So you ask somebody that might know. And if they don't, they might know somebody else who does. But you have to ask. So then we come to the Metal King, who happens to be card number 37, which is a 10, which boils down to a 1, which is all about this new stuff. But it's also about discipline, armor, and boundaries. So if the Metal King is acting as an ally, the Metal King is strong and arrives to lend you his impenetrable shield of protection. No matter who sends you criticism or jealousy, you will not be hurt. This ally also prompts you to think about setting healthy boundaries. When you do, no matter how uncomfortable the tasks may be, everyone will benefit. He asks you to make sure you know where you end and another begins. Others' emotions aren't yours. No matter how empathetic you may be, don't take on other people's energies. Always make sure to protect yourself first. Another of the Metal King's message is to remind you how important it is to have a healthy sense of self-esteem. It's a good time to shine and be proud of what you have accomplished. Now, if he's acting as a challenger, be mindful of codependency and enmeshment when the Metal King comes as your challenger. He's inviting you to address how overwhelmed you may be around other people. Do you pick up their feelings like a sponge? Do you feel you need to heal them so that you feel better? Get grounded. Be clear about your own personal boundaries and restrain yourself when you feel like jumping in to help without being asked. This is also a warning against forming unhealthy relationships in any area of your life. Doesn't matter if it's business, personal, whatever. It's just kind of like when you have better self-esteem and you know you are protected by your guides and angels. You know, just like when you need help, you know people will ask you if they need help. You don't just butt in and say, oh, here, let me do that for you. Because then you're taking away their sense of responsibility, their sense of self, of, well, gee, I could have done it myself. I really didn't need help with that. I'd rather have help with this. So you're taking away their choices and interfering in energy that you don't have any business interfering in. So again, if somebody asks for help, darn flies, if anybody, if they ask you for help, absolutely. If you can help them, do so. And if you need help, ask. Absolutely. And if they can help, they will. They also have the opportunity to say no, just like you have the opportunity. If somebody asks you for help, and maybe you can do it, but you don't want to, it's time constraint, you just have too much stuff on your plate, then keep those boundaries intact and say, I would love to help you, but at this time I can't. And then don't feel guilty about it. It's like, but if you can help them, then go ahead and do so. So again, these are the 3 cards. Sisters of the Seasons, the Camel Boy, and the Metal King. He kind of looks like a skeleton. His arms, and definitely that face, kind of scary looking. And again, one of the others, like I use constantly when I need protection or cord cutting, you call on Archangel Michael. And he is immediately right there to help you put barriers up around you, to cut cords. You can also call on Saint Germain with his violet flame, and it'll burn up all the negative energy around you. But it teaches you to ask for help. It teaches you to set your boundaries on what you will and will not allow, but then you have to stick with it. You can't let people bully you. Again, hence what happened with me at work, but you can't let people bully you into doing what they want. It has to be your decision and yours alone. So, on that note, that is the reading for the collective for this week, starting, I think today's the 18th, and it goes through Saturday. So these are some of the energies that Spirit is asking everyone to look at, to consider, to contemplate, look at your own life and see what's going on in your life and how those terms, those cards tap into what's actually going on in your particular circumstances. Could be 1 card, it could be 2 cards, it could be all 3 cards, depending on what you're working on. And then remember, my friends, always walk the sacred path of beauty, the sacred path of love, and you can never go wrong. So this is Reverend Dr. Lena Skyhawk signing off for now, and we will see you in the next video. Bye, my friends.